Okay. So Maria just recently got her iPad. I'm going to quickly go over the basics of what we did last week again. Remember when we're starting a new canvas, you can use this plus button up here that allows you to create whatever size canvas you want. And whenever you're creating something new, make sure that you create it as big as possible, or at least as big as you think that you're going to use it. When you use this black button up here, that will actually help you create a new canvas. You can use it and make it create in different sizes. I just usually do it in 2 inches, in inches instead. We already have, I'll just use the 8.5 by 11 again. And then DPI is talking about how many pixels per inches you have on your for each layer that you're doing, total of layers. So at 8.5 by 11 with 300 pixels per inches, I have a maximum of 19 layers. You want at least 300 if you're going to be printing. So if you're going to be printing this onto canvas, you're going to be printing this onto something like bigger and it's not just digital, 300 is my recommended. So I'll just create the new canvas. I'll pop it up. And then when you press gallery, that brings you back to your main screen. Your wrench tool is where you're going to add your files, cut, copy, paste. Your canvas, you can crop and resize. The animation assist, there's a drawing guide that turns on a grid as well. Let me see, you can flip your canvas horizontally, vertically, there's nothing on there right now. Canvas information, so if you're going to using one of the presets and you don't know what DPI it's in, you can click it on this. Some of my presets are at like 160, so that's why I create my own new canvases. Share, you can share Procreate files, share this out as, Photoshop, PDF, JPEG, PNG, TIFFs. You can share specific layers as well. The video shows you a time-lapse replay, which actually we can go over today because we didn't go over last week. There, I don't you ever use that, and I don't use the help either. But there's apparently a Learn to Procreate here that you can go through. The next one is the wand, and that's your adjustments, your opacity, your blurs. We'll go over opacity today. And sharpen, liquefy, and clone. We'll go over liquefy and noise and stuff like that next week with the lettering one. We'll use the hue, saturation, brightness, and color balance today. Later to play with some of our colors in our portraits. This is our selection tool, the little wavy thingy. You have automatic, which will select everything that's on that page. Freehand, which means you can draw around what you want. Rectangle, and then ellipses. And then that is just, that arrow is to be able to move and resize. Over on your left side is your brush size. The bottom half is your opacity. The one in the middle right here is to pick the color. Down here is your redo and undo. So that's undo is the top one and redo is your bottom one. Your undo, if you just take your fingers and you tap, so I'm just going to draw something on here, and it can't do that when I'm in white. I don't like that. I can undo it by taking 2 fingers and tapping, and it will undo my last thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I use 3 fingers and I tap, it will redo everything.
Okay.
It sucks because then when I move over to a different app, like if I move over to Cricut and I'm just trying to redo it, I'm like, why isn't it working? I'm like, oh wait, wrong app. Yeah. So if I have things on there that I want to clear, I can go up to the layers. This is our brushes right here. A lot of these comes with pre-programmed brushes already, but you can also add in your own brushes. If you're going to be changing any brushes, I always recommend making a copy. So say today, later we'll be using ink. If I'm using inking and I want to make changes to my studio pen, like if I want to make it with a flow, what you do is you swipe over to your left and press duplicate. That's how you create a second copy, and then I will make changes from there. So we'll go over that in a little bit. We have this is the smudge tool. That smudges things. Our erase tool. And those are my layers. So if I want to clear this layer, I can just swipe to the left and I can clear it. or I can click on the picture itself and then press clear from there as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the over here is your color wheel. If it accidentally gets dislodged like that, all you have to do is there's an X button that'll exit out of it, and then it will bring it back up there. So sometimes we accidentally swipe it, and if you want to dislodge it, then there's that little tab right there in the middle, and then you just pull it. And then that way you can have some pre-built palettes and whatnot, and just work like that without having to open it all the time.
Okay.
So I close that up. I am going to clear this layer again. So let's get started then. We're going to go to our wrench tool. We're going to go add and then insert a photo. So if I have a photo that I'm going to be using today. Hi, Marlene.
Hey there, Sandy.
Good. How about yourself?
Good. I'm glad you have these recorded so I can go back.
You haven't missed anything so far. I was just walking Maria through all the basics I went through last week.
Okay.
Cool. So upload your photo. Mine right now is in the wrong, I want it to fill up my entire page. So what I'm gonna do is if yours is horizontal, if yours is vertical, so if yours is that direction, when you press on the arrow button, it'll be select the picture, and then you can put fit to screen, and that will pop it out to the size of the canvas. And then for me, I want it to rotate. So in order to rotate the canvas, all you have to just take your fingers and rotate it. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my picture 90 degrees. And if I hold my finger and nope, this one does not like it like that. I'll just magnetic better. I turn on my magnetic, and then it will snap to 15-degree increments. So there we go. So I snapped it to my 90 degrees. I'm gonna press fit to screen, and that pops up the whole thing. Then I'm gonna resize this so that way I have more of my picture in there.
Yeah, my files. I took a picture of my phone, uploaded to Google, and it's not there on my iPad. So I have to go. I'm gonna have to fix that.
No worries. You can go grab a different photo.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna get a picture just so I can learn how to do what we're doing.
I had to redo that because the bottom down here was missing. FYI, if your photo gets bigger outside of that canvas, as soon as you unclick that arrow button, anything that's outside of the canvas is lost. It does not come back. So just be careful with that. You can always undo and redo it so that way you can see it, because what happened was I couldn't see the bottom of this earlier, and if I try to resize it, I was already selected. So you can always, move up this canvas, make it smaller, so that way when this comes up, you can see that, oh, okay, so I don't have this weird border thing that I was doing.
Okay, so I found a photo. Now it's on my whole page. Am I doing something wrong here?
Is that when you upload it?
Yes, it came. Yeah, this is.
Okay. And then why don't you zoom out? So take two fingers and pinch it together. Make sure that it fills your entire.
Okay, I just did this. I just did it down just to see. So now I'll take up the whole screen.
Yep. So tap.
That's the whole screen.
Okay. So now press on the arrow button that selects your move button, and then zoom out to make sure that it fills your entire canvas.
Okay. Of what I want. Okay.
Did it work? Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna do. We'll work with a couple of different brushes today. We'll go into our brush tool. I do like using that studio pen, so I'm gonna delete that one from earlier. Actually, yeah, I'll delete that one from earlier. Delete my brush. Don't delete your original though. How do I know it's my original? Because the one that I created has this little swirly thing in the corner. That's the duplicate. My original does not have that. So I'm going to keep my original by itself. I'm going to delete the duplicate for now. So I have a studio pen. I'm going to zoom in to start drawing on my picture.
Hold on, where's the studio pen?
It's going to be paint, inking, and then studio pen.
Mm,
I don't have it. I don't have it in mine.
Yeah.
Inking, drawing, painting, artistic, calligraphy.
Yeah, so
airbrush.
click on inking.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a layer on top of it. So you go to layers and you press your plus button.
Hold on. Okay, so it says insert. Okay, I hit the layers. I have layer 1, which is a blank. Insert image is the second one, and then layer 2 is blank, right?
Yes. So so the layer that you have, let's name the picture that your photo is on. You click on the layer 1 and press rename. Let's rename it to original.
You're pressing onto the picture?
Yeah, yeah, you can press on the picture and press rename.
Okay.
And let's rename it to original so that when we're working with our layers, we know what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So
I didn't even know you could do that.
yeah, it helps when you're like 30 layers in, you're like, crap, I don't know which one I'm part of.
Right. No, yeah, definitely that helps. Yeah.
Okay. So from here, what we can do is we can start, I like to work in colors that are similar to each other because then when I make changes, it's easier that way. So here I'm starting with my face. I'm going to pick a color on my face that I like. So to pick a color, you can either use that color picker button right here, or you can just use one finger and then hold down on the picture. And then from there, you can also slide and see what color you like.
Wait, mine keeps putting like a red dot in there. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Oh, I'm guessing the color of your current brush is red right now.
Probably, yeah.
So all it is just undo it and then make sure you hold down. And
Okay.
you have to do it with your finger. You can't do it with your pen when you're doing the color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So what I like to do when I'm doing portraits, so there's two ways. Let's do it the way that most people would do it. I'm gonna increase my brush size a little. Actually, my brush size, yes. I'm gonna increase my brush size and then start tracing my face.
What color do you have up?
I'm using the color of my skin.
Oh, so I just touched the screen, so that color, that's the color that's there.
Yep.
Wow, okay. My brush is kind of wide.
So then make it smaller. So I just drew it around my face. And then once I'm done with that, what I do is I grab the color that I was using by just holding onto that color, and then I'm pulling it into the space that I just drew. And did not like, you know what? See, this is what happens when you create a layer and then you draw on the wrong layer.
Oh. So undo everything?
So I'm gonna undo
Okay.
everything I did.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna go to layer 2,
Yep.
and
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
redo
Okay.
it.
Okay. Alrighty.
Because I was dragging and dropping, and I'm like, why is it not filling anything in? Because I'm in the wrong layer. There we go.
So now,
So after you draw your outline, right? You're gonna drag and drop that color into it.
Oh, so I need to go. I have glasses on. I need to go with my glasses then.
You can go around your glasses as long as it's a closed loop. You can do it either way.
Okay, because it wasn't. I'll go. I see.
Yeah.
It was.
So say what I did. If it wasn't a closed loop, like I thought I went all the way up to the top, but I didn't. You see how I left it blank there? What happens when I drag and drop is it will fill up the whole picture.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, see? So that means that there was something that didn't connect or close that loop. So then I have to go find it, fill it in, and then I drag and drop, and then it fills in.
Okay, I gotta go find it.
And then if you have any, okay, let me show you what's next. So I'm going to be filling in the colors that are all similar to the skin tone. I'm gonna do all my skin tone ones. So here, what I'm gonna do this time around, so the first time around, right now the picture is at full opacity. What I like to do personally is actually lower the opacity of the original. So to lower the opacity of the original, you press on the N, it will, on the original. So you press on N, it will pop this down, and then I would bring my opacity down to about 60. You can bring it down to however much you like, but what happens when you do this is it makes it easier to see where you're drawing. So I lowered the opacity of the original. I go back to my layer 2. And then now I'm going to go in and draw over the areas that has my skin still. So either way works if you can tell the difference between no opacity and opacity. Like I said, I like a little bit of lowering the opacity so that way I can really tell where I'm drawing versus where the original is. Nope, the wrong one.
Okay, I gotta go back and do everything because my it's filling the whole picture.
Hey, Monique. So I did that, but now when I use that same color to drop it in there, like on the hands, it looks lighter than what the face was, and I'm using the same one.
Are you in the right layer?
Oh crap, no. Okay, I was back on layer 1. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's why. Okay, let me go back in here. Okay, oops. Let me draw this one. Oh, there we go. Now, okay.
Yeah, mine's still filling the whole page. So I went back over and did the my closed loop. It's still coming up the whole page.
Hold on, I'm gonna do this one more time.
So then if it's filling up the whole page, then if you just make your, you can always, instead of dragging and dropping, then you just make your brush bigger and then just hand color it in.
Okay.
Okay.
That started happening yesterday. I was trying to do something and the whole page was filling.
And you're like, no, why? And it's so funny because you're trying to figure out where is it, it's not connecting. You're like, screw it, it's quicker if I just draw the whole thing in.
But it can be fixed. I just don't know what I'm doing. So it can be fixed.
Yeah.
So is this a different layer that I'm doing here, filling the face in? No, this is all still the same layer.
This is on your layer 2.
I'm filling the face in on layer 2?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have a second person in your picture, then you can create another layer, or if they're the same color, then you can keep them in that same layer. So it just depends on you. I'm gonna rename this one. I'm gonna rename my layer 2 skin 1. And then because I have a second person, I'm gonna do my layer 3 is going to be skin 2.
Wait, how do you rename it again?
You just tap on the picture and then press rename.
Oh, it's at the top. Okay.
Yep.
So what if there's like another person in there in the background, but we don't want to do them? Can I can just leave that alone,
Yep,
right?
you can just leave it out.
Okay. Okay.
So for me, there's Tyler. I'm gonna pick his color. I wonder if it's the same color if I lighten it versus I don't lighten it. Give me a second. I'm gonna turn his opacity back up real quick so I can see. Yeah. So when you change the opacity, it also picks up a different color. I actually liked his lighter one. I'm gonna lower him back down. And I'm gonna pick on him.
We're still on layer 2, right?
Huh?
We still on layer 2. I had a phone call. We still on layer 2?
Yeah. So mine is my layer 2 was skin 1, which was my picture, and then I'm doing a different skin color, so I'm doing skin 2.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Layer 2 or layer 3?
It'll be a layer 3 if you want to do, if you have another person in your.
Okay. Okay.
He's so pink. They're very awkward colored people. Okay.
So right now, should I do my hand?
Yep, you can do any parts that is skin.
That's okay. Okay.
Any parts that is skin, I would recommend just doing real quick, drag and drop.
So I noticed you bypassed the ear. You didn't go around it. Should we not go around the ear?
Let me see what I do with the ear. Nope, I can add that on in a little bit.
Okay, all right. Because I know that's how I did mine. I went around it, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that he had ears. Nope, see? Somewhere it didn't connect, and I'm too lazy to find it, so I'm just gonna widen my brush and then draw it on. So when you're practicing on your own, what I recommend is you just play with certain brushes. There are certain brushes that I always end up going to, depending on certain drawings. I like the studio brush because it has a taper and it feels like an actual brush. Because it tapers out at the end and it's smoother for me. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, ear. I forgot about you again. And here, so you can see when I dragged and dropped, it didn't cover everything perfectly. So I'm gonna just go back in and make sure all of that looks pretty nice and pretty. Okay. So here, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, he's looking a little bit too pink. He's looking a little bit too pink. So what? Oh, and I forgot his ear again. I thought I just did your ear, dude. I think I got distracted. There we go. Okay. So I think so instead of, finding a brand new color, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play with the hue and saturation of that layer. So pick a layer of a skin that you want. I'm going to play with skin 2. You're going to go to the wand button, which is that second one right there. And then we're going to go down to hue, saturation, and brightness. And then from there, what you do is you just play with the balances. You see, because you're in because you're in that one specific layer. For me, I'm in specifically the skin 2 layer. It does not affect skin 1. It's only affecting skin 2. So if I look, so now I'm just playing with it. If I want to have more gray, not gray, and I can also change the colors that way as well. And again, that allows you to change the color of that one specific layer without having to find a brand new color and figure it out. This will just adjust everything that's in that color. That's why I like working in layers, because then you can change entire layers like this. If I had both of them overlapped, I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm gonna undo everything. If I combine the two layers, so I'm gonna merge this down. If everything is one layer and I change the opacity, you will see that it changes for both of us.
Okay.
Right? Which is why I like working in different layers, because then I'm gonna undo everything. So I'm gonna just use 2 fingers to tap. So now I'm back to my 2 layers. That way it makes it easier to change. Yeah, I like that. That's better. I'm a little bit too orange, so I'm gonna change my skin 1 as well. I'm gonna go back to skin 1. So, cool. Okay. So let's continue. Let's work on the hair now. So let's create a new layer, and we're gonna layer it. We're gonna call it hair. Rename hair. I'm gonna call it hair 1 because I'm gonna do my hair first, and then we'll come back to do Tyler's. So in order to capture my color, remember, if I keep it right now in that opacity, that's the color we'll pick up. But if I want the original color, I have to make sure that my opacity is back up. And then I can go in and then pick the color that I want. So I want my darker hair color. And then I'm going to lower my opacity back down. And then go make sure when you're drawing your hair to be in your hair layer. And then you just draw it around. Actually, and here, when I lowered my opacity, I actually lose resolution. I actually lost resolution. I can't see as well, so then I can always just turn it back up and go back in a little bit better.
Okay, I have a hair wrap on, so I can just color any color I want it, right?
Yep, you can do any color you like.
Like your hat, I guess.
So here, so I'm just, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys what happens when I'm just gonna color that whole space in. So I'm gonna color over my finger. That'd be like. I'll show you why I just do that. So the importance of layers and where it sits, like above each other or below each other, will tell you all. That will also affect whether or not something is on top or on the bottom. So if you can see right now, my hair layer is on top of my skin layer. So what if I do, if I take my skin layer, my skin 1, and move it above my hair 1, it pops it to the front. But if my hair sits on top, then it sits on top of whatever my skin layer was. But here I want my skin on top, so I move my skin up. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I'll watch the video again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it does. So I'm gonna do that one more time. I'm gonna zoom in. Right now, my hair, my skin is on top, and so therefore you can see my finger.
Yes.
My hair's on bottom. If I move the hair to the top, that layer covers my finger.
Okay.
So it's important to know if you start losing details and you're like, what the heck happened? It's usually because one of your layers is on top of each other, and that's why you can't see it.
It's like an overlay.
Yep. And then I'm gonna do Tyler's hair is brown. It's closer to my hat, so I'm gonna do another layer. I don't do that. Finish coloring this in. It's telling me that it's not finished colored in. And then I'm gonna create a new layer now, and then I'm gonna call this hair 2. Because I'm moving back over to Tyler. I'm gonna pick up his hair color, and then I'm gonna start drawing it in. And see, when I dragged and dropped, it didn't fill in the spaces between my outline and my drop, so I'm gonna make sure I fill that in as well. Again, make sure everything is nice. It looks like the face needed some touch-ups as well. And actually, since he has a beard, and right now his face layer is above his original, and I can't see it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off the face layer. How to turn off the face layer is that there is this check mark next to it. Check mark to, because that's skin 2. I'm gonna turn off the check mark, which then frees up his face. So now I can see it. I'm gonna go in and I will draw. I'm still on the hair 2 layer. I just toggled off skin 2 layer and then draw his beard. And then I'm using the eraser. So Maria, if what you're doing is, if you don't want to go and select which thing, if you actually hold on any of these, like if you hold the smudge tool or if you hold down the erase tool, it would actually default to your current brush tool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you hold down, it says smudge with current brush or erase with current brush. So that's a little trick.
Oh, okay.
I guess I shouldn't have done his entire face now, because now I can't see his. Forgot about his teeth. So I'm actually gonna go around the mouth.
I'll be right back.
Kind of creepy. I'm gonna lower that down to make that a little bit smaller. Something like that. Like, it's a portrait, it doesn't have to be that accurate. But these got really popular. Yeah, something like that. I can always go back in later, and I'm gonna erase some of this out.
I forgot, how did we change the skin color? Like, if we want to make it lighter?
Go to the wand tool.
Okay.
And then hue, saturation, brightness.
Okay, there it is. I don't know, because I feel like mine's is like, I don't know, too pinkish or something.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling out earlier on mine too. Nope, okay. This is the wrong color. As I'm erasing. That's what I'm doing. Oopsies.
Saturation. Okay.
Close enough. His skin needs to be touched up, so I'm gonna go to his skin, pick up the color, and then color in the areas that needs to be fixed. Okay. So now we can create a layer that's called, I don't know what color your outfits are. You can make it all the same color if you want, but for now, that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna start doing my outfits because most of mine is brown. Mine is layer 6. I'm gonna rename it to outfit 1.
Okay.
And then you can start drawing on outfit 1 and just pick the color that you have. And then start drawing. And then actually, if you want, what you can do is try the airbrushing tool and use hard airbrush instead. And see if you can feel the difference or see the difference between a hard airbrush versus the studio pen.
Okay.
So here the hard airbrush doesn't have that taper. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah. This is rounded. Whereas if I did that with a studio pen, painting, drawing. And then do you have an Apple Pen, Maria? Or do you have a regular?
Yes.
Okay. So then yours, a lot of people were wondering what the difference between the two is, and with the Apple Pencil, it's pressure sensitive. And what I mean by that is, let me turn off my layers real quick, is that when I'm in a setting that actually that's pressure sensitive, I can go light. Oh, come on, I want my not back color. When I go light on the pen, it's small, but when I press down harder, it gets bigger.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah. So that's as I think there are a couple off-market brands out there that allows for that, but I heard the calibration for them isn't great. So I just much rather I forked out the money to get the original. It's too big.
Oh no, that was way too big. Okay.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off my original to see what it kind of looks like. You can tell here that I did not do a very good job with my hair brush. So I'm gonna go back into that hair layer and edit that. My skin layer needs to be fixed as well. So that was skin 1. Too big.
Oh yeah, I missed spots. Okay.
Browns and my outfit needs to be fixed.
Let's see here.
That. Okay. So I'm actually gonna do both outfits on the same one. That way I can show you how to use the selection tool. Continue. I'm gonna do his outfit real quick as well. I drew on my original.
I had to leave. What layer are you on?
Right now I'm working on outfits.
Okay. I'm back on the hair. I'm still doing the hair because I had to leave, but I'm finishing up that layer. My actual hair wrap.
But I'm on some of the side. I have gaps open. I don't know where. Is it a mic on? Yeah. Because I'll just go around the whole thing because that's what's happening here.
So my hair wrap matches my dress.
Okay.
So I can touch the color some kind of way to put these colors back on my dress.
If you want the same color as your dress, you can touch it to that same color, and then just start drawing on that same layer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This. Okay. Pressing the whole thing. I don't understand what's going on here. It's not coloring there.
Okay. So I wanted to show you guys how to use that selection tool. So on my picture right now, I'm gonna turn off my original so you can see. My outfit, my jacket, and his pants are currently on the same layer.
Okay.
Okay. If I wanted to change the saturation, remember when I changed the saturation, because they're on the same layer, it affects both of them. You see how that affects both of them?
Yes.
Which is actually kind of cool though, because then I can match an outfits in different colors. But that wasn't what I meant to do. What I wanted to show here is, say I only wanted his picture. I didn't want my outfit to change. I'm actually going to turn off my skin layer too. So that way, there we go. So I only want to change his outfit, not my outfit. And because it's on the same layer, what I can do is I use my selection tool. I'm going to use, if you use automatic, if you click on that, it would just select that portion because that's closed off.
Okay.
But if it's not easy to get to, what I would do is I go to selection tool and use my freehand, and I would just draw around what is it that I want to change. Here you see it, I'm just drawing around that area. That's the only selection area that I want to fix. After that, I can go over to my, I probably have to click out of it. That's probably what it wants me to do. I have to click over to the arrow button. So now both of them are highlighted, which means that this portion is selected. I can change now at this point. Where can I not? Is it not letting me do that? No, it's not. Why is that being all weird? Give me a second. You know what? I think it might not work with the coloring. I think it might work with just the resizing. Yeah, I think it might just work with the resizing. So like say if I want it bigger or smaller. I thought I remembered it correctly with the saturation, but I don't think you can. But what I can do is I can resize. So say if you're ever lettering or you're doing something and you're like, oh, I only want to tweak that one area, not the whole thing. Like, I'll try this one. Let me try it for his face, his hair. See, I just want to change the size of his beard. Right now, if I keep the whole selection on, it adjusts his whole head. If I want just the beard, I go in, draw around the beard, and then it will allow me to just resize the beard.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a really nice tool to have. What was I gonna do? Now, the workaround with his outfit here is if I want, there's two different ways. I just wanted to show you guys and so that way you can see which way to do it. You can use your selection tool and then copy and paste. When you copy and paste like that, it actually creates a whole. You have to copy and paste on the right layer, FYI.
Okay.
One more time. I'm back over on the outfit layer, and I'm selecting just his pants and clothes. Mother, there we go. Come on, Sandy. Copy and paste. Now you can see that there is a duplicate. So from that selection, now his pants is there. So I can erase his pants, and then I can go into outfit 1 and then erase it from his outfit 1. So that way, if I want it on its own layer. So that's one way to do it. But and then I'm trying to remember the other way to do it. If you want to change it if you want to change his color and you know exactly what color it is, you can always just do an alpha lock. So when you click on the outfit, I'm on outfit 1, I put alpha lock. It puts this checkered board behind that. That means that anything that's already drawn that is on that layer is the only thing you can draw on. So let me change I want to change his pants to orange. See, it can only draw on the layer itself. It won't draw outside of the board. It will draw mine. I'll draw on my shirt because my jacket is on that same layer, but it won't draw on anything outside of it.
Nothing else, right? Okay.
So, like say, if I want to change his colors there, then I would just increase my brush and then just draw that on, and I would just avoid my. I'm pretty sure I can drag and drop it too. Huh! Look, I can also drag and drop it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So on the outfit, like on mine, he has a jacket on and it has like white buttons. So do we still keep drawing that on the same layer of the outfit, or do we create another layer just for like the buttons itself and like the collared shirt?
So let's change, I'm gonna change this all back to brown, because his outfit had buckles, right? So there's
Okay.
two options. You have the option, I'm gonna turn off my alpha as well. The option is after I'm done with the outfit, I can draw directly onto it. But if I don't think I'm ready yet, what I can do is I can create that new layer. I'm gonna create his belt buckle. I'm gonna create the clasp of where it was. Right, like I can draw all that stuff on. Because I'm like, I don't know really for sure if I want it on there, if I don't want it, you know. So you want to draw it on its own layer until you decide, you know what, I really like it and let's keep it. What I would do is then merge it down.
So with the other, okay.
Yep. So that way you don't ruin up your original, right? You're like, I already like it like that. I just want to try this. Do I like it? If I like it, then I'll do it, and then I can merge it down. And then if I don't like it, then you just delete that layer. So here, if I drew it on the same layer because I merged it down and I didn't like it, I would either have to undo it, or I wouldn't. If I was like 60 different moves past this, if I try to delete it, it would delete the whole layer, which is why it's nice when you have it separate. When I have it separate and then I'm 60 layers down, I'm like, I don't like it anymore. I can just swipe it and delete it, and then it won't show up anymore.
Okay.
So if you have the options to do the layers, I would do the layers until you're ready to combine things.
Right. So another question now, like with the colors on the palettes, like I can't even find white on here. Or should I reset it to default? Because for some reason, like all my colors are like pastel colors. I don't know why.
So for white, what's really nice, if I can show you, when you go to disk and double tap near the white.
Okay. Got it.
That brings you to a pure white. Double tap near the black.
Okay.
Okay. If you want, and then down here, do you currently have anything down there?
Yeah, it says ascend, and there's like a whole bunch of blues and purples and pinks on there.
So let me show you how to make a new palette then. So we'll go to palettes.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually, what was I doing with this one? I don't remember where that was from. You're gonna press this plus button. And now here, it will naturally go to default by itself. And then you can start picking your colors and you just tap on an empty box.
Okay.
Right? So now if I want white again, I can tap on that box. And now it saves it for you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, how come I had some weird colors? And I know my daughter was using my iPad for a while, so she must have been doing something with it.
The presets they have for you, these are the 3 presets right here. Those 3. And they're not colors that are true colors. They're like a bunch of different weird colors.
Yeah.
You're like, what the heck is this? Why don't you just give me
Yeah.
So what's nice is like when you drag in, so here, this is the color I want and I want to keep it. You just color pick it and then drop it into your palette.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you accidentally did it twice or you don't want that color, you just press down on that button and then it presses delete.
Okay.
Right? If you want to get rid of the whole palette, you just swipe to the left and then press delete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how you create your palette. As you can tell, I have a bunch of different ones that I don't know what the heck I'm doing with yet. Like this one I was playing with skin on that one. This is when I was doing the galaxy. What was I doing with greens? I don't know what the heck I was doing with greens. This is for a Spanish themed invitation card that I was using, and then my autumn one that I did last week. Okay. Let's go in. Let's finish up the outfit. I'm going to finish. What do I want? I will merge. I'm gonna do the shirts now. Name. shirt. I'll keep them on the same color. I have no problem with that.
I want to come. Right, you gotta be there 1:30?
Is it 8 o'clock?
No, still sleeping.
Nope, can't see that. What the heck happened there? There you go.
Did you try doing this, Isabel? Did you try doing this?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna use some in here. And a gap open or something. Why does it do that? Shit, no.
Who's the?
Huh?
Who's the?
What, this picture?
No.
Oh, that's MJ. Okay, so now let me go back in here. Okay. And then this actually looks so cool.
Actually, what I'm going to do with this shirt one, because it's going to be below that outfit one, is I'm actually, instead of avoiding the suspenders, I'm just going to draw the whole thing because I'm too lazy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss them, I'm going to toss that layer, that suspenders layer, on top of it. So I'm going to draw the whole thing. Drop the whole, nope, that did not like me. Where did I not close you? Right up there. Aha! And now I did his whole shirt. Then I'm gonna drag it underneath my outfits. Bam!
Okay.
I don't know if you saw that. So this is when the shirt was on top of my outfit layer. Now I'm gonna move my shirts underneath my outfit layer. Now I don't have to avoid it. Because I'm lazy. Yeah, because earlier I was trying to walk around the suspenders. I'm like, wait, it goes behind everything. So that's why I really like working with layers. The hand needs to be fixed. Hands under skin too.
Oh my god, I forgot to do his hand. Ooh.
I might as well do the skirt too. I'm gonna do my skirt in which outfit? Let's do it in the outfit.
So apparently I missed a hand here. So I can click on the skin layer. I can click on the skin layer, right? And then draw it on there and fill it in.
Yep.
Okay, so how do I retrieve my color? I see the color on the skin layer. Well, if I draw it, it'll just show up that same skin color, or?
Nope. So what you do is either hold down your finger on the to pick the
Okay.
color, or you can press
Okay.
on that button and you'll pick that color again.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn off my original layer so I can see what is it I'm still missing. I'm missing earrings and then the back of my jacket. So I'm going to go back into my outfit layer, go back into here and draw on the back of my outfit.
Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Turn this on.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm going to do earrings. I'll throw my earrings in with my outfits too.
Oh, I gotta do the hat. Didn't we name a layer original?
Yes, that was your picture.
I don't know why I don't see it on here now. I know I did that.
Because that's the one where you were using it to trace.
Right. But I don't see it in my layers. I just see layer 1, which is showing the original picture, and then hair, skin, outfit.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, your layer 1 was probably your original then.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, unless I didn't save the name or something. Because I do remember typing it in, and now I don't see it saying original, but.
You're like,
okay.
where did you go? I'm gonna fix all my little places. Make sure they're on the right layer when I'm fixing them.
Okay, now I gotta do the hat. I almost forgot about the hat.
Marlene, how's your picture coming along?
Okay, so I have I'm to my layers. So so you're saying go back to the original to see what you're missing?
Yep. So turn off your original by clicking on the check mark next to it.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and now you can zoom out and see what your picture looks like and see if you like it. Is there anything you want to add?
Okay.
Anything jump out at you?
Yeah, my watch and I have this, I don't know what you call this little instrument, but I'll make that part of my outfit or just another layer.
Up to you.
Okay, all right.
And then, Nikki, how's yours coming along?
I don't even know where that thing's at. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go back here.
Look at that. You have some fancy stuff on yours. Oh, I love it. Like, is that like life jackets is what it is? Say.
So I have a question. There's something that I forgot to draw on the jacket, but I can't see it. So how do I go back to the original to see the original picture so I can
So what
draw
I
it
would
out?
do is I would turn off that jacket layer.
Okay.
Okay. Turn on your original.
got it. Okay.
And then create a new layer on top of wherever that jacket was. So see, I ignored all the detail from mine, right? So if I had turned it on, I can't see it anymore. So I turned off that layer. I keep on the original, and then I create a new one. This is going to be jacket details.
Okay. Okay.
And now after that, you turn it back on. You turn your jacket layer back on. As long as it's underneath that details layer, it should pop up.
How do I move the jacket details under the
You
outfit
just
jacket?
all you have to do is just hold onto it and then move it up and down. And then
Oh,
drop
there it goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm gonna
How
merge
do you
down my.
straighten lines again?
What happened, Marlene?
How do you straighten the lines again? Just hold the pen over it?
If you're gonna straighten a line, you just draw the line, and then just hold it down.
Okay.
And then that's gonna go around. If you want it to go in 15-degree increments, use one finger, hold it, and then that will allow you to snap for you.
Okay, I just want to draw straight lines.
Yeah.
So just draw a straight line and just hold it.
Just hold it. And now what do I do? I think I might want to draw my lips. So I'll turn off my face layer, my skin layer, so I can see my face. Then I'm just gonna draw my lips. So I'm gonna create a new layer. Then I'll just call random detail. I'm gonna just call it details. All the little stuff that I want to sit on top. I brush smaller. It might look weird. I might choose to not do that, but we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
I'm kind of scaring myself here, but I'm turning off Tyler's skin layer so I can kind of see his teeth. Lips. Let's go look how scary it looks. Not too crazy. Not too crazy. But then, so here, I think that might be too far up. I'm just gonna lower it down a little bit. So even though everything was on the same layer, by selecting it, I can create it to. Close enough. Da, 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 da. Figure out my pants underneath.
Oh my God, that looks horrible.
What were you playing with?
The face with the mouth and the eyes.
Yeah, right. Like I think it's like a lot of I don't know why, but the whole style of this was, not to draw at least the eyes.
Yeah.
That's been the trend. I have no idea why, but yeah, like face. I have to say faces are very hard.
It is. It just looks like a girl now instead of a guy. It's like, oh God. Maybe I'll just undo the eyes. Oh.
I have to redo that hand again. Let's go back into the brush. I don't So now I want to show you since you know how to use layers, but now since everything is kind of jumbled up like this, what we can do is you can start actually grouping them together. So for the hair, let's do skin one and hair one was my side, right? So what I would do with that is what you do is just in order to select the both of them, you just swipe both of them over to the right, and so now both of them are highlighted. I would do, and then you press group. That creates a new group for you. And then from there, I rename it to mine is because mine is Sandy, so I'll just do it Sandy. And now I can hide it. Tyler was hair 2, skin 2. So I'll group that together. I rename the group by just clicking on the name, new group, rename, and name it Tyler. And now I have my shirts, my details, and my different jackets. I grouped it all together. Oops. Don't group it with Tyler. Did I group it with Tyler? No, I didn't. Okay, good. No, I did. So here I accidentally grouped this one with that new group as well. All you have to do is just hold on to it and then drag it out. There you go. And then this new group right here is details. I'll just call it outfit details. And then what that does is now instead of having all my layers like just floating around, I have it in specific groups. So that way when I want to pull up something specific, I can just look for it under there rather than me trying to scroll through everything.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Let me show you. I think I might have. So when you click out of the gallery, from your picture over to gallery, it automatically saves your information. But when you go back in, you won't be able to undo what your last stuff was because it clears that memory. It saves it for you, but it doesn't have recollection of what you did before that. This one right here. No, not that one. I think it's over. This is my final project. Yeah, so my final project from here, like I had the one that was Tyler's, where I worked on his eyes, face, his layering, which is like his shadows in the suit. I closed that up. Sandy has hair and my skin. But when I was originally working on these, as you can tell, I made it up to 20 layers.
Wow.
Trying to scroll through 20 layers is not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's nice if you learn how to group them together like that, so that way it makes it a little bit easier to navigate. Okay. Yeah, same thing with this one. Let me see if I like, see this one I'm currently at 11 layers. Okay.
So
How
how
is
do
it?
you change your background?
What happened?
How do you change your background? So like if you want to just put it to a solid color.
Yep. So what you do, so right now you see where it says background color?
Mm-hmm.
Click on that screen. Oh, and then you can pick a new background color. Delete it. I don't want to delete. I'll have to delete it later.
I don't know why it's not changed. Oh wait. Oh, what is going on here? Oh wait, it says you currently have a group selected. Oh, must
So,
have something open.
yeah. So all you have to do is just press background color. It will pop up which palette you have. Say I want to go to disk and I want to look for my own color. It's kind of fun color.
I think what happened is when I grouped some of the layers, it's still showing highlighted, even though I click on background
Okay.
color.
Oh well, then click back to original then. Click back to original, and
Okay.
when you're clicking on background color, make sure you click on the picture itself and not the name. Actually, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. Let me see. Nope, it didn't matter. Let me see what happens if I highlight it. Say if I'm highlighting this one. So that's currently highlighted. Nope, it didn't do anything. I have no idea why I did that. This is kind of fun though. The people watching the replay is gonna be like, "What the hell is she doing?" Yeah. Yeah, or like say I wanted a star background, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go over to Google. Actually, I'm already in a moon. Let's go select one of my moon ones. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna save the picture over to my list. In here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna file, insert a photo. I'm gonna pick that photo. I'm gonna expand it all the way up to my pictures. So it's nice and big, so it fills up my background that I want. Oh, which reminds me. So here you have, when you're doing this, you have the option for freedom, uniform, distort, and wrap. Freedom means that you can move your height and your width without it being locked into each other. When it's uniform, it moves this both at the same distance.
Okay.
Your distort wraps the picture all funky, and then wrap picks it in within certain grids.
Oh, okay.
If you're trying to play with that, I'm gonna unwrap everything. I'm gonna use uniform. No, that's freeform. Nope, I did not mean to rotate that. I wanted uniform. Thank you very much. And it did not like me like that. So fine, back to freeform it is. There we go. And now it's on top of all my pictures. So all I have to do is move that picture, move it down by holding on to it and dragging it down below everything.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions for today's?
Yeah, I missed all that.
No worries. So here, let me redo it for you. So
I still can't get the background to change. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
so what happens when you press on background color? Does it pop up this wheel?
Yes.
Okay, now just pick a different color.
Okay. Nothing's changing.
Is your original off?
No, it's checked.
Yep, so turn it off.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Nope, it's still not changing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Even with your original off?
Yeah, hold on. Let me try one more thing. Yeah, even with the original off, it's still not not changing the background color.
Go through your layers. See if there's anything that has a background on it. So you see right now, none of mine have a background on it. See if you have one that has like a full white background or something that's going on.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, none of them have a white in the background. I don't know. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, I can't get it to change. Because I should just tap on the color and then the background should change, right?
Yeah, it should. Can you you want to show me your iPad real quick? Let me see if I can see it.
Can you see it?
Yep, I can see that. And then I'm gonna spotlight that video real quick. Why don't you can you press on your layers so I can see your layers?
I don't know if I can scroll up and down.
Yeah, that's weird. So what happens if you try to turn off your background color? Press background color and press that check mark. So there you go. So now you see how it turned off your background color? Look at, do you see it? You see how it turned off your background color? Okay, now press on now turn it back on. Press on background color itself. Pick a color. Oh, actually tap on a color. Yeah, because right now what it's selecting, it's selecting white for you.
Oh, got it.
There you go.
Okay. All right. All right, something simple.
It's like we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Marlene. So she was Maria was asking about how to change the background color. You just press background color and you move it around. What happened was that hers was set to white. So even though she was changing the colors around here, it was still selecting white.
Okay.
So now she wants to change. I'll change it to a dark green for now. Now, if I want to import in a picture as a background, you go. I just picked up I picked up a photo from Google. I went to the wrench tool and insert a photo. I'm gonna pick the photo that I wanted. And give me a second. It's gonna, most likely, I'm gonna redo it to where it was sitting on top. I'm gonna close all my layers. I'm gonna re-enter that in where it sits on top. So now it sits on top of my whole photo. I'm going to fit it to screen, and then I'm going to freeform it and then play with it so it fits up it takes up the whole background, the whole canvas. Okay? Got that, Marlene?
Yes.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do after that is because it's sitting on top of everything, I can't see all of my work. What I have to do is I have to move it. What happened?
I just found the photo.
Okay. Sure thing.
Okay.
So you insert it in. And then resize it to your canvas.
My other picture is back there, but for some reason, my picture is on top of my photo.
That's no problem. That's what I want right now. I want you to resize it so that way you can't see any of your previous work.
I need to go out of here because I'm just messing up totally.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what happened here.
Did you read what happened to your background? What was your background?
So my background.
Oh, here it goes.
Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Yep. So do you want it like that? What do you want with it? Do you want to? I
don't care. I can do whatever.
Okay. So yeah. So now what you do is then if it's hiding your pictures, like mine right now, you can't even see the couple anymore. all you have to do is drag that new photo down below all of your layers, and that pops up. So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to drag my background, that new background that I want, under all my layers. And then it pops out below my picture.
Are you dragging with your pen? Do it again.
So I'm going to redo it. I just hold and pull. Are you able to move? Are you able to move it?
No.
So are you, what is it? What happens when you hold on to it?
Nothing. The whole like box moves.
Yeah, can you move up and down like this?
No, none of that happens.
None of that happens? Okay. Is your selection tool, is that highlighted or not highlighted?
Not highlighted.
Not highlighted. And then are you selected on the right layer? Are you selecting your background layer?
The inserted image.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So if your pen doesn't work, try it with your finger. Just press and hold, and then pull up and down.
No.
You just press down on it and you hold it.
Okay.
Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I got mine to work, but
Woohoo!
it's like, you see it?
Yeah. So you just have to play around with it and you just see how you like it and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions for me today?
No, I'll just go back in the video and watch again.
Okay. Yep. So here for today's pretty much session, a lot of it was just playing with the studio pen and learning how to layer. Yep, just learning how to layer. We're just tracing, and then we learned how to group, and then the advantages of layering, like I said, was that it's the fact that when you go into hue, saturation, and brightness, you can play with the colors without it messing up your entire scheme. Remember, when you group it like this, though, let me see what happens. So right now, Tyler has 2 layers underneath him. If I try to do hue saturation, it'll tell you group selected. Would you like to open layers? You'll open your layer, and then you'll pick which layer that you want to fix. So it won't let you change the entire saturation of an entire group.
Okay.
Yeah. But then you're like, okay, so if it stops you there, then you can just change it. Yep.
So now, how do you save the picture? So once you save it, how do you save it? And then once you save it, can you go back and edit it later?
Yep. So when you exit out of gallery, when you press gallery, it brings you back to your main page. Right? Okay. That right there automatically saves your work.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to, like, if you are done with this and you want to share it to your friends, you go to the wrench tool. You go to share, and then you can share it however you, as a Procreate, as a Photoshop, as a JPEG, as a PNG. So I'm saving it as a JPEG. I'm gonna save it as an image to my camera roll.
Okay.
And that goes over to my camera roll.
Okay, what I just did is I went back. I undid a bunch of things just to go back, but this is where I am now. It looks awful. I undid a bunch of things just to get so I can start out.
I like it.
So
I like the details of that dress.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I can save that. And there's some pieces on here that I don't know. I guess I must have marked it with my pen. So I was trying to erase something. I don't know which layer the mess up is. It's just that I touched it with my hand.
Yeah. So sometimes I'll just have to go through, and what I do is if it got marked on a layer and I don't know what it is, like say I marked something on his over here, right? But you think it's over here, but it's not. So what I do is I go and I turn off the layer one by one to see what goes missing.
Okay.
Right? So here, nothing is missing yet.
Okay.
And then here, when his hair disappears, that also disappears, which means that it's on that layer. I do that all the time.
Okay. So yes, I put stuff back in. So it looks kind of neat. You see it?
Yeah. I love it.
Oh yeah, that looks nice.
It's so cool.
Thank
And
you.
then, and then if you want to see the animation, because we haven't done that yet.
Well, hold on. I want to save it first. Before I lose that, go to gallery and save, or go to wrench and save.
No, it automatically saves. So if you go out to gallery, it saves, but then it erases your history, which means you can't redo anything.
Oh, too late then.
Yeah. So
Okay, well,
it automatically resaves. It automatically saves it for you. So let me show you the animation tool. So Procreate automatically records your video. So if you go to video and I press time lapse replay, so it has to be toggled on. If you toggle it off, then it
how do I
won't
get there?
happen. What happened?
How do I get there?
Wrench, video,
Okay.
and then press time lapse replay. And I'll play through.
Oh, that's so cool.
A bunch of stuff that I did yesterday. I was playing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, so I'll go through your whole thing.
Oh, do you save that, or it just saves? It just keeps saving.
Yep, that automatically does it for you.
So can you share that?
You can share. Yep, you can share this time lapse.
That's nice.
So let me see.
Yeah, that is.
The ending was just like a bunch,
Like a disco going on.
right? So if you want to share the time lapse, you go to the wrench tool, the video, and then export time lapse video.
Okay.
So that's I think it's a really fun way to be able to show, you know, your family and friends, like, this is what I've been doing, and this is the
Wrench?
Yeah.
Oh, export time lapse. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Any other questions for me today?
No, that's it. Thank
Perfect. What projects are you guys working on?